Hello everyone, I am Soundharya, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Department of Commerce, Holy Cross College Autonomous, Tiruchirappalli. We are going to see about a computation of cost sheet from the course of cost accounting. Then we move on to the learning objectives to know the meaning of cost, costing and cost accounting. Next, the objective is to know the objectives of cost accounting. The another one is to prepare a cost sheet. Then we move on to the introduction part. Accounting system is mainly concerned with the information provided to the concerned persons like employees, investors. The accounting system is mainly concerned with provide information to the concerned persons like employees, investors, etc. Cost accounting is a form of managerial accounting that aims to ascertain the cost of the production. Cost accounting is literally talks about the total cost of the manufacturing period. If it helps to reduce the cost for a product. If cost is reduced, the product sales volume is also increases. If the sales volume is increases, automatically the profit goes up. So every business organization, the ultimate aim is to maximize the profit. So next we move on to the definitions of some terms like cost. V.M. Harper defined cost as follows. Cost is the value of economic resources used as a result of producing or doing thing costed. Next, costing. The ICMA in London has defined costing is ascertainment of cost. It refers to the techniques and processes of ascertaining cost and studies the principles and rules concerning the determination of cost of products and services. Then we move on to the cost accounting. The process of accounting for cost from the point at which expenditure is incurred or committed to the establishment of its ultimate relationship with the cost center and cost unit. In its widest usage, it embraces the preparation of statistical data, the application of cost control methods and the ascertainment of the profitability of activities carried out or planned. Next we move on to the objectives of cost accounting. The first and primary objective of cost accounting is finding a cost or ascertainment of cost. The second one is control of cost, how to control a cost. The third one is reduction of cost. The fourth one is fixation of selling price. The last one is providing information for framing a business policy. Next, we move on to the format of cost sheet. This is the format of cost sheet. We have three columns. First column is particulars, second column is total cost in units, the third column is cost per unit in rupees. In particulars, we have direct material, direct expenses and direct labor. The direct material and direct labor, direct expenses are together or added, we will get a prime cost. Then you have to add a work overhead. Work overhead nothing but a factory overhead. The expenses related to the factory is called a factory overheads like indirect wages, indirect material, factory rent and rates, power and fuel, etc. These are the factory expenses are incurred in a factory. Then if you add factory overheads, you will you will get a works cost or factory cost, anything you can say. Then if you add works cost, then after you getting a work cost, you can add office or administration overheads like the office and administration overheads is nothing but the expenses related to the office and administration. Next, for examples, office rent and rates, office lighting, office stationery, these are the expenses incurred in the office and administration. Next, you have to add these expenses to the works cost, you will get a cost of production. Next, you have to add selling and distribution overheads. Selling and distribution overheads is nothing but the expenses of selling and distribution. This like a salesman salary, salesman compensation, showroom rent, showroom expenses. These are the expenses incurred in the selling and distribution overheads. After you adding the selling and distribution overheads, you will get a cost of sales. In case the problem is given in the sales, you have to write like this in sales. So the difference between cost of sales and sales is the profit for the product. So next we move on to the one problem. During the year 2022, X Limited produced 50,000 units of a product. The following were the expenses: stock of raw materials on 1/1/2022 rupees 10,000, stock of raw materials on 31/12/22 20,000, then purchases 1,60,000, direct wages 75,000, direct expenses 25,000, factory expenses 37,500, factory office expenses 62,500, selling expenses rupees 25,000. You are required to prepare a cost sheet showing cost per unit and total cost at each stage. So you have to draw a format. So in particulars, direct material are directly not informed. So you have to calculate a direct material, that is raw material consumed. So first you have to place the opening stock of raw material, then add a purchases. So 1,10,000 plus 1,60,000, you will get 1,70,000. So then less closing stock of raw materials, then you will have a raw materials consumed, plus you will have a raw material consumed. So the next steps, you have to add a direct wages, direct expenses, you will get a prime cost, then add a factory overheads, then you will get a works cost, then add office overheads, you will get a cost of production, then you will have to add a selling overhead, you will get a cost of sales. This is the this is the cost sheet for the for this problem. You have to able to answer these questions. Thank you.